The main man here, double travel friendly friends is trying to stay alive. Trust your life, guys. It's your main man here, half hope, back in the frame, trying to live. I'm still black. I'm still the kid. I'm still sexy. I'm still that boy. I'm still the guy giving you that Walani, Malani, Patani, man. So, I felt that we had to bring in a live show here, because I had to make this into a show format, So our major topic today is potential return of Eden Hazard coming back, and a very disturbing Twitter post that was trending. And I think it's because I want to address this post on Twitter, and also just to address Twitter as a whole and give you reasons why I never go into my timeline. The only time I go into Twitter is to read my notifications. I rarely ever go onto my main timeline, because that my main timeline, it is completely and totally pathetic. It's disgusting. It reeks. It reeks. It reeks. And we're going to talk about Benzema. I think we have to have a conversation about Benzema and his Ballon d'Or chances, and reflecting on the kind of year this guy has had, and the idiotic view that trophies are needed for you to say what's up. So that's sort of the stuff on the agenda. But before we really go into our main topics and so forth, it would be wrong of me not to start with this. It would be wrong of me not to start with this. So guys, remember, guys, if you're here, like the vid, subscribe if you're new, do all that beautiful, lovely stuff. And if there's anything you want to say, anything that's quality, apart, unless your name is Daddy Oos, or Mommy Oos, or whatever the heck, or freaking Brick Oos, feel free to send in a super chat. I will respond to those as quickly as possible. And the super chats are your donations that help to keep this channel running smoothly and lovely as well, man. And so it would be wrong of me if I didn't start with this. It would be completely wrong of me if I didn't start with this. So I feel this is the right place to start, man. I don't know whether you know who this guy is. I don't know whether you know who this guy is. He dropped a 3-piece. He dropped it. No, I don't want to hear who is scored against. Let's talk about a hat trick. Let's talk about one of the greatest goal scorers the game has ever seen. Let's talk about a guy who refuses to retire. Because I said this before, and I'm going to say it again. Injuries will retire Cristiano. Cristiano will never voluntarily retire. Never. My friend, my goat, my hero, my idol will keep on going until his legs give up. And you have to admire this man's dedication. You have to admire this man's dedication. I don't give a damn whether he scored 2 penalties. That's not the issue. I don't care whether he scored a freaking tap in. That's not the issue. The fact is, this man at his age keeps on scoring. And it's amazing. You can't hate. You can try and hate, but you really can't hate. You really cannot hate on what this guy's about. This guy's incredible. This guy is superb. He's absolutely superb. What a legend. What an absolute legend this man is. And I still feel that nobody's going to break his Champions League record, although Haaland does have a chance. By the time this guy is done, nobody's touching that international record, because I feel Cristiano is probably going to retire when he's like 45. He will. Let me say this right now, because maybe you don't want to hear me. Maybe you're hard of hearing. Maybe you'll be able to hard of hearing, but I'll say it a little bit much more clearly. Cristiano Ronaldo will not voluntarily retire. He will not. Injury will force him to retire. If he can still move his body, if he can still walk at 45 or 50, this man will still be on a football pitch. Now, if I was advising him, I'll say, Cristiano, Christina, my guy, my goat, my legend, my leech, retire. You've got an amazing wife, amazing family. You've got legions of fans. You can be in movies, music videos. You've got amazing business ventures. For me, I tell you, you don't even need to go to the World Cup. You don't. Your legacy is set. Your legacy said you don't even need to go to the World Cup. So I just wanted, because I felt it was very right for me to start off by paying homage to a goal scoring phenom and an absolute legend. So for any of you losers who say that I'm harsh on Cristiano, that I don't give Cristiano his credits, that I'm a hater, what are you going to say now? The legend, the incomparable, the superb Cristiano. What a professional. What an absolute professional. Now I want to share something else with you guys. Something else with you guys that I just want to know what you think about. This is just something else I want to share with you guys. This is a little something I want to share with you guys. It's a little something. Let me have an M&M. So while I just have an M&M, just read that. I will read it as well, but read it in your at your leisure. Then I'll read it with you as well. It was a little tweet. It was a little tweet that I saw that I just thought would be pretty good to talk about. It's a very easy tweet. It's a very easy tweet. So let me just have a few M&Ms and then we'll read together. So let me read this. Shout out to all things like the single greatest start pattern in football history. 9 goals in 29 games versus top 10. 5 goals in 29 games versus World Cup winning nations. 32 goals in 28 games versus teams ranked outside the top 100. 9 versus Luxembourg. 7 versus Lithuania. 6 versus Andorra and Hungary. 5 versus Latvia and Armenia. 4 versus the Faroe Islands. You see, guys, this is just easy information. We're not here to be rude or hateful, but I just want you to consume this. Because I talk a lot about Dodd. I talk a lot about it. It's not how many you score, it's when you score. And who you score the goal against. 5 goals in 29 games versus the World Cup winning nations. 5 goals in 29 games versus World Cup winning nations. 9 goals in 29 versus top 10. And the most goals he scored against is against Luxembourg. Guys, the last time I heard about Luxembourg was in FIFA 94. I'm old. I get it. Yeah, I'm old. Don't be ageist. Don't be ageist. Old people are sexier. I read it on Wikipedia. But the last time I heard about Luxembourg was in World Cup 94. I didn't know Luxembourg had a football team. So as much as I want to praise my idol, as much as I want to praise my GOAT, and as much as Cristiano Ronaldo is one of my heroes, and I owe my life to Cristiano Ronaldo, we have set the benchmark so low that we now praise people for scoring a hat-trick against a nation that I didn't know had a football team. I don't know where Luxembourg is on the map. I believe Luxembourg is a country you use to launder money and to keep money you don't want the authorities to see. So I just want you to accept and look at these numbers and stats and just view it however you want to view it. But as I said again, he's a legend to me. He'll always be a legend, and he'll always be that dude. And I think that he's one of those guys that really should be praised, man. Let's see what else you kids are saying, man. Let's see what else you kids are saying, man. So, from your boy, King Gabani, thank you for the top. For bowling wise, Cristiano Ronaldo is probably top 300 of all time. Um, 300 is harsh. I mean, if we're talking about pure footballing ability and just technical ability, um, you could easily say top 30. I think you can say top 30 based on his technique on finishing and scoring goals. You could easily say top 30. I know. See, top 100. See, come on, like that's just being harsh. You can argue top 30 for him in terms of footballing ability. You can argue top 30 based on just how well he can finish and some of the goals that he has scored. You can say top 30. So come on, embody. That's as harsh. From your boy Freddie Hiansu, Selakau apologized. 5 versus World Cup winners laughed my ass off. In his last 2 versus Spain equals 3 in 1 versus France and in 1 versus Germany. That is 6 in the last 5. Follow all this. Freddie, thanks for that update, but it still doesn't negate the overall point that Cristiano is my idol. Cristiano is my GOAT. And he scores most of his goals against countries that I didn't know had football teams. That's the fact of the matter. That most of the goals that he scored for this record are against side chick teams, which is why the toughest qualifying group is South America. Europe qualifying is easy. Europe qualifying is the easiest qualifying in all of football because there are teams that should not be allowed to be in a football pitch. San Marino should not be allowed to compete in a football match. I'm sorry. And because it's a new thing right now. It's called #honesty. #honesty. South America, from top to bottom, everyone knows how to play football. Everyone. San Marino do not know how to play football. Neither do Luxembourg, neither do Andorra, neither do Alaska, neither does Krypton, neither does Gotham City. They don't. So all this that you're saying to me now, Freddie, it doesn't negate the fact that he's the GOAT. He's amazing. He's my idol. But he starts pads against part-timers. Your boy Alex B, man, just so you know, that tweet was fake stats. Cool, but it doesn't negate the fact that most of his goals are against part-timers. That's the fact. It still doesn't negate the fact that most of his goals are against part-timers. That's just the reality. Hamza Talks Football says, love Messi, but 30th G for Diego, greater than Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi numbers. Oh, no, look, for me, as I've always said, look, Maradona is the GOAT. Like, there is nothing that Messi or Cristiano can do that will make me put them above Maradona. Nothing. Same thing, I say that there's nothing that they can, like, I always say, look, Messi, no, I know Messi is the closest thing to being a GOAT. Like, if Messi wins the World Cup, we may have to have a very serious and scary this discussion. We have to have a very scary discussion. If he wins, then we have to have a scary discussion. But beyond that, we don't know. So, guys, let's get back to the main task at hand, man. Let's get back to the main task at hand. Because it's time for us to have a serious discussion now. A very, very serious discussion, guys. And, guys, this is something that's very close to my heart. So if I get emotional, please bear with me. Please bear with me if I get emotional. Guys, life is rough. Life is rough. Life feeds us. Life tests us. And life puts us in scenarios where we have to be better. We have to be better. One of the worst days in football was when Eden Hazard left Chelsea. Because Hazard already claimed and already left a legacy where he is one of the best football players that has ever graced the Premier League. Anybody that argues is crazy. Now, Hazard was supposed to say what's up at Real Madrid. And everybody knows that The Hazard at Chelsea was supposed to take Real Madrid to the next level. And people will call me crazy. Of course, Cristiano will always have a better career than Hazard, 100%. I will always defend my. It's not a belief. So, guys, I don't have opinions about football. I give you facts. I've never given a single opinion about football. Everything I say about football is based in fact. He will always be a better footballer than Cristiano. He always will be. And Hazard at his best will always be top 3 football players on the planet. Neymar, Messi, Hazard. That's the 3. In terms of footballing ability, that's the 3. Neymar, Messi, Hazard. That's the best 3 players based on footballing ability and technique. I don't know what happened at Real Madrid, guys. I have no idea. I have no idea. But guys, have you heard this saying? Blessing in disguise. Have you heard this saying called a blessing in disguise? Have you heard this saying that hate comes before love? Pain comes before success. And sometimes in life, home is home. I remember when I went to Nigeria. I think I went to Nigeria. I think it was on my dad's birthday or something. Yes, it was my dad's birthday. So we went to his village in Igwebe, which is in Benin City, home of the Edo Empire. You know, yeah, the British guys. Blah, blah. And when we went there, you know, obviously we'd not been to Nigeria in ages. It's just a long time since we'd been to our dad's village, and obviously we had this whole church service and everything. And the priest said, "Home is home," and he kept on putting that message: "Home is home. Home is home." And I think that can be applied here. Hazard was maybe never meant to leave Chelsea. I understand why he left there because I understand what he needed to do. You see, I'm not a pom-pom wearing cheerleader of Chelsea. I'm a realist, hence why I'm the GOAT football analyst. The Hamster, this is a home of football analysis. So I give you that real wasabi. All roads lead through Real Madrid. If you want to be that dude, you have to play and perform and succeed at Real Madrid. That is a hallmark of a great. So it's made sense him saying what's up to Real Madrid. It's made sense him trying to walk under your boys. It made sense. But guys, it didn't work out. That's how things happen. Riquelme is one of the most technically gifted football players you'll ever see. He went to Barcelona. It didn't work out. But that doesn't take away from Riquelme is still one of the most gifted football players you'll ever see. Any Chelsea fan who will try to reason with me and say you would not take Hazard back, I will fight you. I haven't been in the fights in a minute, but you know what? My knuckle game is still pretty good. Any Chelsea fan who thinks that Chelsea don't need an Eden Hazard, I will fight you. I will fight you. Because there's such a thing as systems, teams, environments. Because you could have a scenario where the Eden Hazard you're seeing at Real Madrid, if he was not to come back to Chelsea, you would now see a different Eden Hazard. Maybe for Real Madrid, it's just not a good fit. Maybe it's not a good fit. Because I was reading that Roman himself, the greatest owner in football history, Roman himself, he said, I believe that Hazard coming back will reinvigorate him. Guys, this could be one of the great returns we've ever seen in football. This could be one of the great returns we've seen in football. A thing of beauty. And for me, guys, I don't care what anyone says. Like, you see, it's as a football fan and as a fan of Hazard, you see, for me, I am fans of quality football players. I'm actually a greater fan of football players than I am of teams because I'm always here for football. Hence, what is home of football analysis. So it's pained me greatly that Zap was lost. Because the last time we saw Zad was his very last game for Chelsea. Havertz has not been popping off. Ziyech is a flop and needs to be sold. Mason Mount tries hard, but isn't dynamic. Hudson Odoi's eye, he's young. So, and as I watch Chelsea and so forth, this is a team badly in need of some technique, some la, some sauce, some snack. Because we need someone to bring that Salatini. We need someone to bring that Salatini because right now Chelsea are going through an identity crisis. Guys, I want to defend the UCL. I'm greedy. Call me HGH. Have greed hope. That's my new name. HGH. That's my new name. HGH. Have greed hope. I'm greedy. I want the UCL. And based off what I saw in our loss against Juventus, these guys and Chelsea are not defending that's their UCL crown. So I want to be greedy. But any Chelsea fan that tells me that's an Eden Hazard on a psychological level, coming back to a team and an environment that loves him, coming back to a team in which put him on the map and where he excelled at, doesn't reset him and rebets the Hazard that we know. I'd take him back. I would happily take him back. And so would you. Any Chelsea fan says, so would you, because for me, football needs Hazard back. Football needs Hazard back. As a football fan, we have been robbed of one of the great talents of our generation. We've been robbed. Thieved. It sickens me to see how Hazard has struggled, been through the mud at Real Madrid. The abuse has been nothing short of heartbreaking. It's been sickening. And it shows me how callous, how rude, and how decrepit human society is. Because the people who insult Hazard, call him overweight and everything, seem to forget what he did in that World Cup semi. You seem to forget what he did in that World Cup semi in 2018. And you seem to forget the ability of what this guy can do. We all know what this guy can do. Because see, for me, I'm different. See, you guys are reactionary much. See, I will always defend the ballers. Always. I feel I have a duty to fight in the corner of those techniques. See, I call them the techniques. Not everyone is a technique. Not everyone is a technique. This man right here is a technique. And when techniques go through difficult times, you don't turn your back. You don't run away. You defend them. Guys, I'll admit, the Real Madrid move has been a flop. It's been a failure. 100%. Saying anything otherwise, I would be lying. And it's been horrible to see. It's been horrible to see how he has failed. He failed. Are you happy now, guys? Are you happy? He failed. Fine. I'm sorry, he failed. And if I was saying to Hazard, you failed. You failed at Real Madrid. There is no point in hanging on for false hope. Have hope is an irony. It's not real. I have no hope. I'm a pessimist. Hence why, if I was advising Hazard, come home. Come home. Come home. Come home. Come home where you're known. Come home where you're loved. Come home where you understand. Come home with where you understand. So that's where I'm at, man. Let's take some of these dubs, man. From your boy, QCB says, Andorra, one proper player. What is Luxembourg? Respect. No. Bro, I told you. Cristiano is one of my idols. I don't care what, he's still one of my idols. All I'm saying is that I'm not sure whether Luxembourg have a football team. That's what I'm saying. It takes nothing away from Cristiano. He's a legend. He's an amazing role model and so forth. All I'm saying is that I just don't know whether Luxembourg I think they're part-timers. That's what I'm saying. I just think they're part-timers. Your boy Alex B says, ever since the broken ankle in 2019, he relapses every 2 months. Shout out to what's his face? I can't remember the name of it. Mounier. It's true. Ever since the tackle that Mounier made on him, he's not been the same. He's not been the same. And that's my fear. My fear is, did that injury completely derail his career? Because guys, let's keep it real. It was supposed to be them three. That was the generation: Neymar, Messi, Hazard. Now for Neymar, he's not talking about how he wants to quit and he doesn't have the strength of mind anymore. Hazard, I don't know what the hell happened when he made the move. But guys, that's the trio, that's the triangle, that's the prism. Neymar, Hazard, Messi. Those are our three players of this generation. Our three ballers. Those are our three leading techniques of the generation. Are those three people? But Messi survived while the other ones faltered, unfortunately. Osasuna says Zad plus Turbo Timo plus Daniel Mounts, MSN. No. Osasuna, no. Just no. Osasuna, what this is about is I want a guy to come back home. That's what it's about. It's just homecoming. It's solely purely about homecoming, and that's it. It's just about homecoming, and that's it. Please. I'm not going to now put forth that Hazard, Mounts, and Timo are MSN. They're not even going to be a front three. This is about Hazard. I don't hear anything about Werner. Don't mention Werner's name. I don't hear anything about freaking dude. This is about Hazard. Your boy Suleiman says Zad will show up on the 24th. Three-piece incoming. Suleiman, are you trying to use reverse psychology against Hazard? If you are, Suleiman, that's really evil. So Suleiman, we all know, is a Barca fan. And we all know on the 24th of October is El Clasico. But Suleiman, are you actually trying to use white magic against your boy Hazard? That's messed up. That is truly messed up. And where else are we? All right, where are we? King Gumani, thank you for the dub. He says, let it go, bro. Sadly, we lost Zad. Life is pain. Umbani, I don't have to accept it. Umbani, I don't have to accept it. Life is pain. Of course, life is pain. Life sucks. Life's crap. Trust me, I can tell you about a lot of messed up stuff that's happening in my life. So yes, life is extremely harsh, and there's a lot of pain. But Umbani, I believe there could be light at the end of this tunnel. Umbani, I believe that our boy can come back home. And Umbani, you especially, who has been so abusive towards Mounts. You know? Umbani, I have receipts. Umbani, you called Mount an English bastard. That's what you did. Umbani said so. Umbani, these are your words. You called Mount a short, decrepit English fish and chips eating bastard. That's what you called it. So you especially should be at the forefront of wanting our boy back. Somebody don't be slick with me, bro. Don't be slick with me. Don't you dare be slick with me. Umbani, come on board. Come on board. It's fine. Your boy Abracadabra. Abracadabra, take it up. He says, HH, stop this reverse juju. World Cup qualifier against South Americans versus Europe would be interesting. Give the Polish nuke his 2020 Ballon d'Or. Love the channel. They used to do way back when I was back when I used to live in Nigeria. They used to do like Africa against South America, Africa against Europe, and like the rest of the world against Europe and South America. So it would be good. But you can't have World Cup qualifiers South Americans against you. No, that would be stupid. The whole point of World Cup qualifier is this is your continent, this is your continent, this is your continent. Fact of the matter is that Europe just happens to have loads of countries where most of the countries are complete garbage. Hence why the easiest qualifications are Europe qualifications, because some of the teams are amazing, some of the teams are garbage. San Marino are the worst football side on the planet. I didn't know Luxembourg played football. I don't know what an Andorra is. I don't know I thought an Andorra is a nuclear device. That's what I thought it was. I believe Andorra. I didn't know Andorra existed on Earth. I didn't know they existed on Earth. Shout out to all my Andorrans out there, man. Shout out, man. And yes, the right thing to do is to give the Polish Nukis 2020 Ballon d'Or for sure, 100%. From King Gubani, who says, random. Mikel is greater and better than Jorginho. Yes, he is. Yes, he's. And this comes from a guy who was not a fan of how Obi Mikel was used by Mourinho. But Obi Mikel is smarter, has a better football IQ, is technically better, and had a much greater impact on the team than Jorginho. We'll get there. Because when we go to the Benzema, we'll get there. From Andish Jeko says, Fatsad has more burgers and fries than goals. You see, this kind of talk isn't helpful for anyone. Okay, that kind of talk isn't helpful for anyone. So, Mr. Adin, Jeko, and so forth. If you because maybe you're not a football fan, then that's fine. If you're not a football fan, that's fine. But if you're a football fan, you shouldn't be promoting such nonsense. So screw you. From your boy Z, you fight in the corner of techniques, but you don't fight in Messi's corner. The greatest technician in sports history, LL. Well, Zed, the greatest technician in sports history is Ronaldo R9. Hence why there is a video called Impossible Technique. Now, Messi is a technique. And I've also, my thing with Messi is win me a World Cup. But I've always said, Messi has always been better than Cristiano. Like, it just comes down to football. Of course, Messi is one of the, and I'm saying this, Messi is one of the most talented football players we've ever seen. Hands down, he is one of the most talented football players we've ever seen. And I have never understood the comparison between Cristiano and Messi. It is the dumbest comparison in the world. As I always say, if we're comparing goals, hey, it's a great comparison. If we're comparing as a footballer, Cristiano should not be in the same vicinity or stratosphere as Messi. So all I say with Messi is give me a World Cup and see what's up for Argentina. But of course, Messi is a technique. I'd be stupid not to admit that Messi is a freaking technique. Look at his performance against Uruguay. Not Luxembourg, Uruguay. Not Andorra, Uruguay. Not Krypton, Uruguay. Europe qualification is trash. From Jay Jokin says, don't compare Fatsar to Ney and Messi, please. It's rude. Jay Jokin, you've not answered my question. When last did United win a major trophy? Okay, so before you get slick and smart with me, when last did Man United win a major trophy? Because I'm not sure I should be asked. I'm not sure whether I should be talking to people, because my mom always said, don't talk to people whose clubs have not won a major trophy in 3 years. I'm sorry, it's what my mom said. My mom said that I'm not allowed to talk to any people whose teams haven't won a major trophy in 3 years. So Jay Jokin, if you've won a major trophy in 3 years, then okay, let's talk. If you haven't, Jay Jokin, you shouldn't be talking to me. You shouldn't be talking to me. And as well, you have no rights to insult Hazard. You have no rights to. Because Hazard has won more trophies in the last 3 years than Man United. So please, fix up. And a boy Suleiman says, Mr. Dribble and Inshallah will live. Hashtag debut season. Now, Suleiman, I know that's a shot at my guy Hazard, which I don't take kindly to, but that's fine. You see, Suleiman, my thing is, you also shouldn't be talking as well because we are going to go live October 24th. We're going to have a Twitch stream. So just say we will be having a Twitch stream come October 24th. So things will get real. So I don't think it's advisable. Let's just say I don't think it's advisable for you to be talking slick like this, man. And from Ifak says, prime Cristiano Ronaldo was better than prime Messi at everything. Ifak, you're a United fan. And that's what you just wrote right there is the biggest pile of crap I've ever read in my life. Now, maybe he was better at heading and free kicks, but Messi was a better dribbler, had better balance, better football IQ, better technically, and probably even a better pass as well. At no point was Cristiano Ronaldo ever on the same footballing level as Messi. Guys, it's not an opinion. I told you, I don't give opinions. Go somewhere else if you're going to have an opinion. It's a fact. Don't argue with me. It's a fact. At no point was Cristiano Ronaldo ever as good a footballer as Messi. I'm sorry. It's just a fact. Don't argue. Don't argue with me. Mr. Man says, Zan has scored 2 goals against World Cup winners. Isn't that more than Cristiano has done? So, but Mr. Man, my thing is, put that to one side. Don't give me stats. Don't give me stats. Mr. Man, all we're here to do is how do we get Hazard back? How do we get Hazard back to the streets? That's what we want to know. How do we get Hazard back to the freaking streets? The heck? Your boy Andy Jericho again says, if Chelsea wants more UCLs, Zad shouldn't be here. And how do you feel? And see, how do you come to that conclusion? Like how? How did you come to that deduction that if Chelsea want to win more Champions Leagues, then Hazard should not be there? How? For what? I mean, how? For what reason? How will Hazard coming back somehow detract from Chelsea being to say what's up? But guys, look, man, we'll have to see what happens. But as of right now, if January comes around and there is a possibility for Hazard to come back to Chelsea, I'm taking it. I'm taking it. And you would have to be stupid, brainless, or just a straight up hater to not at least be interested or intrigued at the possibility of Hazard coming back and being able to say what's up. I'm keeping it a stack, guys. I'm keeping it completely and totally a stack, man. So guys, now we're coming to something that is scary. This is something that's very scary. Guys, before I show you this image, I almost threw up when I saw this image. And this image represents why Twitter is a filthy, disgusting place. So guys, I'm going to throw up this image. And before I throw this image, put away any sharp objects. Make sure you're sitting down. Make sure that there's nothing dangerous around you. Because I don't want to be responsible for any violent, aggressive reactions that could result in injuries towards oneself. So please, please, please put away any sharp objects or stuff around you because what you see could shock you. So you've been warned. Guys, I want to pull up this image. And just look at this image. Just take time just to view the image, man. Take time to view the image. Just take your time to view the image, man, and then I'll come. I want everyone just to have a chance just to look at the image. I want everyone to have a chance to look at the image, man. Just take your time to view this image, man. Take your time. So I think people are viewing it right now. People are viewing it right now. You see, Sports Bible and so forth, I think these are just some guys from the road. And you see, I'm an idiot. Let me start by saying that I'm an idiot because I reacted to it. Because I retweeted and I think I retweeted something like stop or what kind of crap is this? But what people want is a reaction. See, this isn't a discussion. There is no discussion here. But my thing is that the fact that you're even thinking of doing this, even if you're doing this to try and formulate a reaction, even if you want to do this to formulate a reaction, it's still sick. You still have to be extremely sick in the head to think about doing this. Because I can tell you right now, and I promise you guys, whoever put up this post does not believe this. Of course they don't. But everybody wants a reaction. Everybody wants to get talking. And unfortunately, the intention of Sports Bible was reached. Because throughout the day, Ronaldinho was trending. So, because I remember when I sort of saw Ronaldinho trending, I thought, maybe it's like, on this day Ronaldinho did it, or like it's a commemorative thing, and then puts forth here with this filth. Because the reason why I want to say this right now is, even if this is a joke, you're being disrespectful. This is a form of this is a form of disrespect. This is a form of abuse. And I really do believe that there is a serious disrespect of what Ronaldinho is. Serious disrespect. Because in my view, even if you're joking, you should not put Salah in the same sentence as Ronaldinho, even as a joke. Even as a joke, you shouldn't even make that joke. That is the kind of level that Ronaldinho is, where this shouldn't even be made as a joke. But my main thing about this is that I'm not discussing the comparison because there's no comparison. I think people disrespect Ronaldinho. I think people really don't appreciate what this guy is, because I think it was yesterday that someone said, Ronaldinho, but this guy, he's like the most overrated ever because he was only at the top of his game for 3 years. And guys, do you know how sick that is right now? We now live in a world where if they look back at past greats and see they were only quality for 3 years, they're now seen as trash. Because right now, people now have the Messi Cristiano thing as the benchmark. I've always said that Messi has a greater legacy than Ronaldinho. Of course he does, based on the amount of trophies he's done and for how long he's been at a high level. Ronaldinho at his peak. Ronaldinho at his peak. Very few players have had the kind of impact he's had. Call it 2 years. Call it 3 or 2 years. I don't give a damn. For those 2 or 3 years, the kinds of things that Ronaldinho did, very few players have done. Very few players have done. And you see, for me, consistency is cool, and I appreciate what consistency is, and I admire and I bow down to what Messi has done. Like what Messi has done in terms of because Messi has redefined consistency in an amazing way. Messi's peak was not this guy's peak. I don't care about 91 goals in a year. I don't. I really don't. I don't care about 5 goals. I don't. The way Ronaldinho entertained, the way he played the game, the way he made us smile, Very few players have done what he's able to do. And my goal, I believe that I was put onto F for a reason. I was put onto this green and blue rock. Well, yeah, I was put onto this green and blue rock to fight for the techniques. I'm here to fight for the techniques. And if people put filth, if people put filth like this, crap like this, I have to respond. I have to talk. Because under no circumstance will you disrespect Ronaldinho. I'm not having it. Nobody is going to disrespect this man because this man gave far too much to football. I told you, I follow him on Instagram. Right now, he's like a rapper. He's in a lot of rap videos right now. But I will not allow anybody to disrespect Ronaldinho. He is too important for football. Keep your Luxembourgs. Keep your filthy, stinking stats patterns. That's not football. The guy on the left, that's football. That's football. That is what you should aspire to. That is what football is about. And I will keep reminding people of guys like him because these guys like this are who we should protect. Guys like him are who we should protect because they are what make football what it is and give it life. Football's not about stats. It's not. I'm sorry, it's not about stats. It's about how you entertained, how you did it. To this day, Dino still that. He's still that dude. He'll always be that dude. He will always be that freaking dude. He says current Pogba scores higher than Dino on the eye test. Ifak, you see, this is my issue with what I call tribal fans. Pogba, actually, I'll show you this right now. Let me show you the because the eye test it exists right now. I'll show you the eye test, man. And no, he doesn't score higher than him on the eye test because Ronaldinho gets like a 98% on the eye test. He got a 98% on the eye test, but Pogba on the eye test, 88%, which is good. Pogba gets an 88% on the eye test. Bordinho got a 98. So that is a 10% differential. 88% is good. Bordinho got an 88% on the eye test. So please, do not disrespect a great man. Do not disrespect a great guys. This is the eye test. It has nothing to do with the form. It's the eye test. Relax. It's the eye test, man. This is about technique. It's about ability, man. Relax. It's not about form. It's about technique and ability, man. God damn, you guys are haters, man. You guys are haters. It's about technique, man. Relax. Or let's see what else you kids are saying before we move to our final topic of the day. Okay, that's the thing we're all. Oh, Suleiman says Twitch stream for Burgos versus Lugo FCHH. Suleiman, are you smoking crack cocaine? Suleiman, all I need to hear are the results from Lugo. I'm not watching any of Lugo's games. Shout out to Lugo, I love them. I'm not watching any of Lugo's games. But for Lugo, good luck to you against Burgos because one of my wishes, one of my hopes in life are for Lugo to be promoted to La Liga. So guys, that's what we need. We need Lugo to get promoted into La Liga. That's what we need. So, guys, our final topic of the day. Shout out to Emin. Shout out to your boy Emin. Okay, before we do this, right? Mr. Mans, no one is perfect. No one is perfect. No one is perfect. No one is perfect. I get it. It happened. CR7 it happened. It doesn't take away from what the guy did. I can show you Messi brick performances. I can show you Zidane's brick performances. Zidane was on the same pitch when he lost to freaking what's it called, Greece in the '04 Euros. Messi still doesn't have a single World Cup knockout goal. Cristiano still doesn't have a single World Cup knockout goal. Messi has never scored in a major final for his country. Cristiano has never scored in a major final for his country. So I can give you all these things. I can give you all these things. So nobody is perfect, but it doesn't take anything away from what he did in his career. So Mr. Man, stop freaking hating, man. The heck. I need him on the podium. Yeah, you heard what I said? I need this man on the podium. I need this man on the podium. He's done enough. He's done enough. Okay? He has done enough to earn his place to be on that podium. And because I'm gonna be repeating this throughout until, because what's it called? The Ballon d'Or is next month. I'm gonna be repeating this because I double dare them. See, first off, Lewandowski needs to be given that 2020 Ballon d'Or. Let's keep it real. Lewandowski must be given that 2020 Ballon d'Or. I dare them not to put this man on the podium. He showed up for Real Madrid this season, one-man army, by himself. He showed up for France, one-man army, by himself. And he showed up for France again in the Nations League by himself. Any dim-witted, thick-headed, moronic, filthy, stinking loser who tells me because he didn't win the Euros or La Liga or so forth, Jorginho must be put ahead of him. I want you to self-harm. I want you to self-harm, you stupid idiot. Because guys, I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm frightened. I'm living in fear. And my fear is it could be Jorginho, Lewandowski, Messi. Now, shout out to your boy Emin, because Emin shared something from L'Equipe. Although it's L'Equipe. Although this is a French word. So Emin, he shared something saying that, like, apparently in L'Equipe, they said that him, Lewandowski, and Messi are the three Ballon d'Or. And if that's the case, I'm happy with our three. If it's Lewandowski, Messi, and Benzema, I'm happy with our three. I am more than happy with our three. You know, anything else is a travesty. But the main thing is, guys, Benzema has, in my opinion, sorry, I don't give opinions. Benzema has been the best performing player of the last 12 months. It's not an opinion. It's not a viewpoint. That is a cold, hard fact. Karim Benzema has been the best performer over the last 12 months. And if this award is for who the best player has been for the last 12 months, Benzema has to be on that podium. Now, they could give it to Messi because Messi bowled in Copa America. He's bowling for Argentina, and he bowled for Barcelona. I get it. You see, my thing, if the final three are Messi, Lewandowski, and Benzema, and Messi wins, I'm good. I'm good. Because nobody will argue against Messi winning that Ballon d'Or. No one will argue. If it is Messi, Lewandowski, and Jorginho, I will riot. I will riot. If they put Jorginho on that podium ahead of Benzema, we have to riot. You can't reward guys for being part of a bandwagon that won a trophy. I don't mean to be harsh, but guys, this is hashtag honesty. This is hashtag honesty. You can't reward guys who, I was just part of a team that's won. I played my role, but you were not a critical member. You're not a critical reason. Did you see what Benzema did in the Nations League? Did you see the G? Did you see his G? Did you see his G? He also scored in the CR7. Because it's like the Messi Van Dijk thing. Van Dijk, he won the Champions League. Messi didn't. But that doesn't really mean anything because Messi was the best performer for 12 years. And 2019 was probably Messi's best ever year. So Messi fully deserved that Ballon d'Or because that is probably his best ever performance year because that was dud. He almost did dud. Because Messi almost achieved the greatest dud in the history of the game, which was his 2019 season with those bombs as teammates. Your boy can go back and thank you, bro. He says, random. Azpilicueta is greater than Company, Aguero, Silva. You may have a point. In terms of trophies won, and longevity, you may have a point. You may have a point though. Because that's not that outlandish, you know. And for me, I feel Azpilicueta is slightly underrated, man. I feel he's slightly underrated, man. What else are we guys saying? Your boy LT, who said that Man City would beat Chelsea 5-0 before the Champions League final. So he says, Pogba is closer to Neong than Ronaldinho. F United. MC, did you watch the Nations League final? MC, there's far too much hate in your heart. MC, let me repeat myself. I didn't tell Pogba not to play DM in that CL final. I'm sorry, I didn't. I did not. I swear to you. I swear. I did not. MC, the beef is not with me. The beef is not with me. It's with your boy, Pep. Because MC, there's far too much hate in your heart. I understand how much it pained you that Chelsea beat the living crap out of you in the CL final. I know how much it pains that you were the overwhelming favorites and you flopped. But don't take a hit out on me. Don't take a hit out on me. Your boy came to mind. Thank you for the door. He says, random. These are a lot of random tweets. Payet over any current Barca attacker. On Ballon, you're not telling me that Payet is better than Ansu Fati. Unless you're smoking grass or speed or Costa Rica, you're not telling me that Payet is better than Ansu Fati. Is Payet better than Memphis, Tennessee? I'm not sure. From Amos K says Benzema wasn't top 10 UEFA. He wouldn't touch top 3. This was before the Nations League. The Nations League is a UEFA competition, and if the Ballon d'Or is a French award. UEFA is UEFA. The Ballon d'Or is a French award. That is a French award, and because France won, I've since asked guys, why was Ballon d'Or cancelled last year? It was cancelled because the Liga was the only league that suspended their league. So that shows you obvious French bias. So are you telling me that now that see, if they don't put him on there, it could be racism? Because remember, Benzema said in his documentary that he feels that people are biased against him because he's Algerian. You know, so he made that point in his documentary. So if they don't put him on there, then it could be French hate and French prejudice against it. But it would be because that's why I say I can't wait for this. You know what? I'm really looking forward to this Ballon d'Or. I'm really because I am desperate to see who the final 3 are. Because I swear to you guys, I'll be back here on the stream. We'll do a 72 hour. If Jorginho is in our final 3, we're gonna do a 72-hour stream. No breaks. We'll do a 72-hour stream if they really put this guy on there, man. And in an alternate world, guys, I'd give Benzema the Ballon d'Or. Because in my view, you see, Ballon d'Or, it's politics, it's view stuff, it's extra money, and there's a whole piece of bias that they do. Me growing up, the Ballon d'Or was who is the best player of the year. Forget trophies. Is which individual performed their role the best for the past 12 months. And the player who did that better than anyone else was Benzema. Small games, big games, key games, clutch goals. Benzema has the best case. Classical games, CL semi, Nations League semi, Nations League final. Consistent all the way through. Playmaking, creating, technique. Everything he did. I'm sorry, there is no other player that's performed their role better than Benzema did. And if we're being fair, Benzema deserves to be named. Last thing, guys, because last thing, and then I'll be out of here, guys. Last thing. Tell me what you think about this. Shout out to I think Emin. No, shout out to Emin, man. Emin really gives you some stuff. So now this is a weird, and this is to do with the World Cup, which I'm actually really scared about. So, tell me what you guys think about this. Where are we? Breaking. UEFA internal documents show that participants in the 2022 World Cup will have just 1 week of preparation. Clubs will release players on the 14th of November. Tournament starts on the 21st of November. Guys, that can't be real. Because when this was announced, I tried to wrap my head around how is it going to work with the domestic season and the World Cup being in November. You see, guys, okay, fine. Let's it's like, see, this thing I'm confused. Okay, people can say, oh, why should you deny a certain country hosting the World Cup? Okay, I'm not. But football exists, and football is a yearly thing. And a football season is a football season. So I always said, how is it actually going to work? And how are they going to somehow fix the domestic season with this thing, with this being the World Cup? Because you can't have 1 week preparation going towards because this is what I thought. I thought that the domestic season will completely change to cater for the World Cup. That's what I thought. But this looks as if the domestic season is still going to happen in August of 2022. It will then stop for the World Cup, and what they'll then continue. So the domestic season will then continue after the World Cup. Is that what's going to happen? I mean, because I'm confused. I mean, obviously we'll learn more as the months happen, but I'm confused. And that is why I've always had a slight issue with how will this World Cup in November work? Because guys, this is a big, very big, it's a big World Cup, guys. It's a very big World Cup. Like, I'm already, even if it's a year away, I'm already dubbing this. This is the narrative World Cup. This is the narrative World Cup. I am frightened of this World Cup. I am scared because I'm scared of what's going to happen. So this could potentially be one of the biggest World Cups we've ever seen, because we have a World Cup that could be a lot of people's final hurrah. Like, this could be the final time we see a lot of big players at a World Cup. Which is what I said, just have it in the summer. Just have it in the freaking summer. Is it so hard not to have it in the freaking summer? Why does it have to be in freaking November? It's the World Cup. Don't mess with the World Cup. So what now? Oh, Antarctica want to host the World Cup. Huh? No. Polar bears. No. Polar bears want to say what's up. But no. Polar bears. And we're going to have it in February. But it's told, no. We paid money. FIFA said they had the best bid. We are going to Antarctica for the World Cup. If you have frostbite, tough luck. Yes, we're going to be playing on glaciers with full fur coats. Yes, we have to avoid polar bears trying to bite our balls off. Yes, if you slide tackle too much, you will go straight down into the glacier and freeze your ass off. Guys, I told you, I will not be surprised if Antarctica are hosting the next World Cup. I wouldn't be surprised. And a polar bear is the referee. So best not argue against a yellow or a red, or else the polar bear will bite your face off. Antarctica 2072. So what are we doing? Jaden Alvarado says, thank you for the dub, man. 2022 World Cup should be postponed by a year and be held in the summer. It's gotten worse after a rewatch. Chelsea were robbed badly in 09. Wait, hold on. I'll get back to that. You see, here's the this is the problem. The problem is it can't be held in the summer in Qatar because it'll be too hot. So the World Cup has been held in the summer every single year. Do you know why? Because the football season happens from autumn until spring, and the summer is when people have a break. So it's always worked well. For example, into the summer, and also summer holidays. It's hot, perfect time for football. So it worked. It worked. Why would you give it to a country where you know it's too hot to have it in the summer? It can't be delayed, man. You have to give it. Come on. It's going worse after Chelsea. As I told you, I'm not counting that 09 Barcelona Champions League. It is the biggest robbery in football history. There is no greater robbery than that. It is the single-handedly, hands down, the greatest robbery in football history, and nobody will tell me otherwise about that. Hence why Barca, well done. That's what I mean. You have that 09 CL, it doesn't count. It will never count. And I will never ever recognize that UCL by Barcelona, man. I will never ever accept this, man. You know. So basically, they paid FIFA all that money, and FIFA basically just